Artificial intelligence looks like software. A website, a chatbot, a simple interface. But behind that interface is something much bigger. A global race for computing power. OpenAI created ChatGPT and triggered the fastest adoption of consumer AI in history. But building the first breakthrough is not the hard part. The hard part is staying ahead. Because in the AI race, the real cost is not marketing. It is infrastructure. Every major AI model depends on massive amounts of computing. Training requires huge clusters of specialized chips running day and night. And after training, the system still has to run for millions of users. That means more servers, more data centers, more electricity, more money. This is why the AI race is burning billions. Not in the future. Right now. The public sees a chatbot answering questions. But behind the scenes, the system is doing heavy computation every time someone types a prompt. Scale that to millions of people. Then to hundreds of millions. The costs become extreme. So the AI race becomes a race to build the biggest engine. The companies that can afford the most computing power can train larger models, run them faster, and improve them more often. That creates a dangerous feedback loop. More computing leads to better models. Better models attract more users. More users increase costs. And the only way to keep up is to spend even more. This is the part most people miss. AI is not like normal software. A typical app becomes cheaper to run as it scales. AI can become more expensive as it scales because each request has a real computational cost. This creates pressure. Pressure to raise prices. Pressure to cut features. Pressure to monetize users. Pressure to sign massive deals. And pressure to build infrastructure that looks more like a national project than a tech product. At the same time, competition is accelerating. It is not only OpenAI. There are other major labs building similar models. There are other companies building their own AI ecosystems. That means OpenAI cannot slow down. If it slows down, it risks losing the lead. And in this market, the lead is everything. The winner becomes the default platform, the place where developers build, the place where businesses integrate, the place where the world depends. That is why the spending keeps rising. Because the AI race is not just about building a product, it is about becoming infrastructure. Like electricity, like the internet, like cloud computing. The companies that win this race can shape entire economies. So OpenAI is forced into a brutal choice. Spend billions to stay ahead, or fall behind and lose the future. And here is the darker part. Most people assume AI progress is only about intelligence. But a large part of it is simply money and compute. The ability to buy chips. The ability to build data centers. The ability to pay for energy. The ability to keep scaling. This concentrates power. Because only a small number of organizations can afford to play at this level. And the more expensive the race becomes, the fewer competitors survive. In the long run, the AI race could produce something that looks less like innovation and more like monopoly. Not because the technology demands it, because the costs do. When a technology becomes too expensive to build, only the biggest players remain. That is the real reason the AI race feels unstoppable. It is not just excitement. It is momentum. Money has already been committed. Infrastructure is already being built. Entire industries are already reorganizing around this shift. And once that happens, it becomes very hard to reverse. This is why the AI bubble question keeps returning. Because when spending grows faster than real value, markets become unstable. And when the world builds its future on systems controlled by a small number of companies, the stakes become enormous. So why is OpenAI burning billions to win AI? Because the AI race is a race for infrastructure. Because compute is power. Because the leader becomes the platform. And because in the market, falling behind may mean disappearing. The real question is not whether AI will change the world. It will. The real question is, who will control the infrastructure that powers it? And what happens to everyone else when the cost of competing becomes impossible? Welcome to Tomorrow Explained.